All right. Hello, my name is Dana Ellis, and I have a few different hats that I think are important to this video. So I'm on the board of directors for Silver Creek Preschool, and I would also like to introduce my sister Carly. And we want to talk about Silver Creek and our dad and the impact that both of those things had on us while we were growing up. So for me, I did go to Silver Creek Preschool, so I am an alumni and have the unique opportunity to also serve on the board of directors now that I'm an adult. And my sister also went to Silver Creek Preschool, and we're going to talk about how special the school was for us growing up and how it impacted our lives moving forward, and the just tremendous way that Silver Creek helped set up our lives, and how it has helped us become successful adults in life. Right?
Right on.
Right on. And then, of course, none of that would have happened if it wasn't for our dad, who had found Silver Creek and put us into Silver Creek. And then he also served on the board of directors for several years following our time there. And that just goes to show how special of a school it is and how it held a special place in our hearts throughout our entire lives. It wasn't just, for the time that we needed them. They've been there for us for a very long time. Do you want to introduce yourself? I talked a lot.
You did.
I did. I always do.
Hello, I'm Carly Shalou. I'm also an alumni, and enjoying. It was a fun time going to Silver Creek. All the fun times that we had growing up. It was a good place. It was a fun place.
What is the one thing that you remember about Silver Creek that you remember to this day? What's one thing about the school that you remember from when you were there?
How fun and how much I enjoyed. How much fun it was.
It was so much fun.
It was.
Yeah.
The entire that those special times and all that. Those special occasions that were going on with Silver Creek and all that was a blast. Just a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. You know what I remember?
What?
One thing, and I think actually we have a home video of it, so it's with us forever regardless, is the Christmas parties that we used to have at Silver Creek.
Right.
And we used to dress up, and there would be sing-alongs.
There would be different plays regarding Christmas and all, Away in Manger and all.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
And what about the teachers?
The teachers were great.
What was great about them?
They were fun and they were easy to talk to and all that.
Yeah, and they were really good at what they did.
They did.
They were very good at. They were always super patient, and I felt the care was extremely personalized there, which is not something that you find in other daycares or other schools. They just really understood and were able to adapt to all the children's different needs and learning styles, and the unique creativity that came with the staff there to help develop the children there. Everyone was just so different, and I just really liked just how they were able to make that happen. And they would find a unique a child who had a different learning style than some of the other ones, and they would develop different programs and activities and things like that for them, which I thought was really special. You don't get that everywhere, right?
No,
you don't.
You don't get that kind of treatment, that special treatment all the time.
No. So Silver Creek does a really good job at being
what
able
they do
to,
and what they have done and all that. And even their walkathon, their walkathon marathons and all that. That was, even though I didn't participate in that once and all that, but you didn't.
Yeah, just all all the community things they did too, right? Not just about the students in the school, but also engaging the community into their home and into the school, and educating everybody about what they do and why is it so important. And I think too, one of the things that I remember was like the day at the races.
Right. That was a fun
That was
time.
a big thing for us growing
At
up.
Woodbine racetrack, at the Woodbine racetrack.
Yeah,
That was a fun time.
something we always looked forward
We
to
did.
every year.
We used
Like
to-
that was always a really
we'll get dressed up and ready to go. We'll be ready to roll, to rock and roll and head over.
yeah. That was always so much fun.
It was, because in between, every time I go up north to Antenna Breezes for dinner, I go, Uncle Dave and I would jump by from past Pearson and past Woodbine. And we'll go by the Woodbine racetrack.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit about our connection to Silver Creek and some of the things that we remember when we were going there. But then the other piece to this video is we want to talk about our dad and what he did for us growing up and how he impacted our lives as, becoming adults and growing up and everything like that. So you made a list
I am.
of things you wanted to talk about that had to do with dad, right?
Yeah.
All right, what's the first thing on your list?
First one is the best. He is the best dad I can ever ask for.
Yeah. And can you give us or give an example of what makes him the best?
Like for the stuff that he brings back from his trips and all that, from his trips that he's just finished and all that stuff. Because he's just awesome. Like, he's just thoughtful and all that. Just thinking of me, of the bringing back souvenirs and all that. Like, even the shirt was one of them, the Vermeer racing shirt from
That she is currently wearing now. Isn't it
Correct.
gorgeous, everybody? It's beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah. So you think, or you feel that dad is the best because of how thoughtful he
Yes.
is. When he's away and he's doing other things, he still thinks of you and brings things back
It's his
as
first-
a reminder that he was thinking of you even though he wasn't here.
Yep.
That's amazing. Okay, what's the next thing on your
Thoughtful.
list? Oh, we just talked about that, didn't we? Can we think of another example of what makes dad so thoughtful?
Because of what he does, he said when he was away, he was thinking of me and bought me the shirt at one point and the keychain another time and all that. So
Yeah.
Basically-
What about like day-to-day stuff? Do you find dad thinks of you day-to-day and shows you that he's thinking
He
of
does,
you?
and-
By doing what?
by being there when I need him and all that. So
Yeah, because if you picked up the phone right now and said, Dad, I'm having trouble with something, what do you think he would do?
he'd be right there.
He'd come over.
He'd come
right?
over.
He'd
No
come
problem.
over, he'd fix it, or he'd help you figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
He's caring. Like, he's a caring father. Like, he's just amazing. He's a great caring father and loving. Because if I need a hug, I'll just snuggle out. I'll just I'll ask him for a hug, and he's kind. Like, just in between. So
Yeah, he's very kind. He's always thinking of others, I
Yes.
find, right? He very rarely thinks of himself. And so I guess to kind of tie everything together is I wanted to talk about what I saw growing up, kind of a little bit on the outside of my sister's development and growing, and how I perceived that growing up and how it kind of really shaped me now as a mother myself. I just found my parents and my dad's resilience in navigating the world with a child with special needs, and just that they never sat still, and he never let tough answers bring him down. He'd always hit them head on. I'm sure that having a child with needs is difficult, and it's the system that we have in place can be hard to navigate, and I know there are droves of paperwork when it comes to different programs or education or even doctor's visits and medications and all the things that come with someone with special needs. that it can be very overwhelming at times. And I just remember seeing my parents and dad, particularly, just not letting that discourage them from getting the care that Carly needed as we grew up. And the one major message that my dad, and I remember him repeating it several times as we grew up, was his main goal in life was to make Carly independent, because one day he's not going to be here, and Carly, still will be, and myself as well. And his main goal for us was to make us independent, be able to live a life without parents, without them bailing us out all the time, without all that kind of stuff. And so I really took that to heart, and Silver Creek played a huge role in starting that independence for us. The early education is so important, and the skills that we walked away from with Silver Creek had us really ahead, I think, of a lot of our peers in school as we were growing up, and the skills, and they're basic, but they're important. So numbers, reading, letters, sounds, just all those things that Silver Creek puts into our tool belt for growing independence was really well done, and the foundation for everything that came afterwards. And look at us now. We're currently sitting in Carly's condominium, her own place that she lives by herself. She cooks for herself, and she goes grocery shopping, and she does her laundry. And for me, I work with emergency services. I have 2 children of my own and a husband and a loving family. So I think that a combination of our dad, who is the best, thoughtful, caring, loving, kind person ever, and Silver Creek's amazing ability to make early education fun, but also just really giving us those important tools, was the winning combination for success in our adulthood. Would you agree?
Agreed.
Agreed. Well, thank you very much, Silver Creek, and to our dad, Greg Shalou. We love you so much, and we want to thank you guys for everything you've done for us, and keep up what you're doing. Love ya.
That's a wrap.
That's right.
I love it. That was pretty good.